Hey guys, I've seen plenty of ACL injuries. Like another ACL injury, I've seen it all. This is the first time I'm taking a look at it. You know, it's pretty common, the same maneuvers and stuff. And yeah, okay, that's a new one. Yeah.
I got bones. I got bones. I got 206. I got 206. I got
This is with, this is without. What's better? Are we rolling? Yay. So what happened there? Well, you saw him going back. Everything was fine. He's leaning back. He's getting ready. He tosses the ball. He gets the ball out. Good for him. Receiver didn't catch it. What can you do? Okay. So, but what happened there? So he's coming in, he's throwing, and a player takes him in from behind. So what happens there? We know that the pivot shift maneuver happens. And, you know, I've shown it to you on Bonesy. Bonesy's been working out, okay? So, and then you're pivoting, and then he didn't shift. The player forced him into a pivot shift maneuver. So he lands and blows out his ACL. What does that mean? What's an ACL? Oh, wait a minute. It's over there. Knee, patella, tibia. That was magic. Knee, patella, femur, tibia, fibula, lateral outside, medial inside. Bend the knee, plant, pivot, shift, okay? So what happens there? You blow out your ACL, okay? So what typically happens is you go like this and clunk, and you can take out the lateral meniscus for an acute ACL more commonly, medial meniscus for a chronic ACL tear. Okay, so ACL ligament is right down in there, okay? ACL, it goes from out to the lateral side, origin on the femur, down to the tibia, and it comes out. All right, so he blows out the ACL. What does that mean? You've heard me talk about it before on Garoppolo. This is bad, okay? Why is it bad? Well, for the average Joe like me, wait, am I an average Joe? I guess I am. I'm not a star quarterback, so I'm an average Joe. So what does that mean? So ACL blows out, you lose the primary stabilizer of your knee. Now there are other secondary stabilizers, accessory stabilizers, but the principal stabilizer are your cruciate ligaments, of which the ACL is the most important. So anterior cruciate ligament. It blows out, it can tear from the origin, mid-substance, from the insertion, multiple different areas. Mid-substance ruptures are pretty common. It can have a double bundle rupture, single bundle rupture, and there's different ways that you can treat it. In this case, he's out for the season. Why? Because he can't be a quarterback doing what he does without an ACL, okay? So that means he's gonna let the swelling come down, get his motion, get this reconstructed, and we've talked about this before. Videos are out there. Take a look down below. You'll see some links for the reconstruction options. But the common thing to do is drill some holes, reconstruct the ligament, which means you replace it with something else. And that's typically a tendon, either your own tendon ligament or you take it from the cadaveric tissue. Now, the common thing in the NFL is to use autograft bone tendon bone because it has the lowest risk of re-rupture, early recovery. So that means what? Patella, inside the knee. So you actually take a strip of the tendon with a piece of bone, and the bone tendon bone is, the bone is here, the bone is here, and the tendon intervening in the middle. So you take a central third of the bone tendon bone. Other people have taken part of the tendon with the bone. That's another option, but the gold standard, not the money exchange, not the currency exchange. We're not talking about commodities. The gold standard, meaning the one that has the best available evidence and data for the lowest risk of re-ruptures and early return to sports, particularly the NFL for a football athlete, is bone tendon bone allograft. What does that mean? Surgery, rehab, recovery, and even though he can start jogging at about 6 to 8 weeks, running and cutting by 3 months, he's going to be at the earliest return to sport 6 to 8 months. And the reason is that you lose muscle strength, you get atrophy, you lose your balance and your proprioception. Yeah, I didn't want to put that finger up. That would have been bad. Did you see that? Yeah, you saw that. Okay, he's chuckling in the back, you know, typical media guy. I'm so entertaining. So, bone tendon bone, recovery, proprioception, and balance. So what does that mean? Plant, pivot, shift. This is your knee moving, okay? This is what your knee can do. Okay, but why does it not pop out like that, okay? Because you've got nerve muscle fibers all around. That was pretty gross, right? Well, your normal musculoskeletal, neuromusculoskeletal anatomy and balance prevents it from popping out because over the years, from when you were very young, you develop that kinematic experience and you develop the ability to have that neuroreceptive, neuroproprioceptive rehabilitation balance. Try and say that 3 times. So, he's out for the season. Good luck, Bengals. Go Niners.
Hey guys, slight update with the Joe Burrow's injuries. He also had an MCL tear, that's medial collateral ligament. So that's on the inside of the knee. Now, typically if it's just a minor sprain or a grade 1 tear, you don't always go and repair the MCL when you do the ACL reconstruction. However, I suspect that he had at least grade 2 or grade 3 MCL tear. And based on how much force I saw in that video, I suspect at least 2 or 3 grade MCL tear or rupture, which requires either repair or reconstruction of that ligament, hopefully repair, deal with the ACL, get it all done, but he still has to recover and rehab.
I got bones, I got bones, I got 206.